hat-tricks in his last 6 games. But plenty of pedigree writ large across this cup tie. Castleford undisputably the team of the season so far, but no one's won any silverware yet. And Hull are daunting opposition on the potential path to Wembley. And it's the team in black and white who get first touch of the ball, bringing it back to bring this cup tie home.
Well, we have a contrasting style, Woodsy. We've got north to south, power personified in this whole team with Albert Kelly, that sprinkling of magic on the outside backs. And you've got a team that like to throw the ball around, play both types of football, but have attracted all the attention and all the plaudits, and rightly so, by their style of play and free flow.
But here's the test to Jonathan Davis. Here's the test for Castleford. It's the business end of the season. We're getting there now. And this is where they have to produce those performances even more than ever.
Yeah, top level, one off. You know, they've been a brilliant side to watch this year, especially this Sky Hardacre. But as Jamie said in studio, the contrasting styles, the two forms, the X-factor players. No, it's and the brilliant condition as well. So it's a fascinating encounter. Really looking forward to it.
Here's Minikin, who gets up and plays, and the man from the other side, Eden, will have a little dabble out of dummy half.
Hand straight out, Liam, when you're in there.
McShane stands patiently here. Glorious sunshine. We'll try not to overlabour this point, but it is very, very warm. And it's going to be very difficult for these two sides in these exhausting conditions as Massey bullies his way forward.
Well, it is a factor, so we won't overlabour the point because it's a lovely, beautiful day. But it does affect the players, and looking after the ball, as they said in the studio at the top of the show, is going to be hugely vital today.
Yeah, conserving energy, half-backs, you know when to kick long, know when to kick into touch, and take a breather.
Taken up by Fanoa, plays it, Hull looking to get on their travels here. Talanoa, another of those huge 3/4 that Hull possess at the moment. You give it to a prop forward, you hardly notice the difference. Liam Watts taking it in. Houghton out of dummy half. That tackle, everybody still remembers that tackle from last year.
Geez, a handful. That Manu, isn't it? Seeker Manu.
Houghton again. Minicello on this left-hand side. Well, it's a handover. That was a 6th tackle. I think Hull might have miscounted there. Minicello looks confused.
I think he got confused by the fact that Manu went 30 metres further than maybe everybody expected him to, and then wanted to carry on the play. They got excited, and still not a bad place to hand the ball over, but clearly lost the count.
Minikin.
Discipline will be important, as we saw yesterday. You know, it gives field position away. Change of attitude to attack, then you're safety conscious early doors in cup matches. Once you get a penalty in field position, it changes.
As Andy Lynch, who took that last drive in, he made his 500th appearance, Super League appearance last week. This is going to be a penalty for that extra effort after the tackle had been completed.
The oracle has spoken, Jiffy. Give a penalty away, give field position away. All of a sudden, Hull are under pressure when they'd handle 5 players relatively easily with this Castleford team.
And that's just, you know, controlling your emotion. He's got him for the first time. He knows Shenton's a form centre. Grab hold of him, try and scrag him over the touchline.
So position set for Castleford here. I knew the way they played this year. Position anywhere on the field sees them set fair for an attack on their opponents. It's Gale who throws it backwards, and now it's been intercepted, and Hull have got a chance here to go the distance. Tim Abavi will accept the gift, and what about that? It was a gift. It was a gift. And Hull, from being on their back foot, suddenly find themselves on their front foot with Tim Abavi going 80 yards to score.
Well, talk about picking pockets, Jiffy. I thought dead set that was a Castleford try. They had the numbers 4-on-1. They were piling down the right-hand side, and then the ball was going the other way. It was such a good sneak and such a good steal. He had to take a chance because I think he was outnumbered.
Well, it's a 12-pointer, wasn't it? It's a 12-pointer. There you go. They set it up. They offload. And he just reads it well, doesn't he? They've got 2 players to hit there. And he picks the right one, goes for the intercept. Great intercept. The ball maybe should have gone behind the player. Yeah, I think Zach Hardkicker, if he gets it, he is in, or the winger is in. Yeah. But great intercept. Well read, Tumavavi.
After the penalty comes a try, but we probably thought he was going to come the other way. He had to do that. I think he's inside. I don't know who was on the inside of Tumavavi.
Here's Connor with a conversion attempt, and he has kicked it. Mark Sneed not involved here today because of injury, but Connor's been kicking well this year in his absence. And 6-0 whole lead. What a start.
I think somebody slipped on the inside of Tumavavi as the defender. That's just showing the steal, and I'm not sure he had much chance. He was confronted by a lot of numbers, and fair play to him, took the chance to Tumavavi, and it came up trumps for him.
Well, as we saw, Cass had just, created so many opportunities and overlaps, and again they did it, just the wrong pass and a great read.
So Hull lifted massively. Liam Watts looks to carry them a little further downfield. Hull supporters are claiming there should have been something going their side's way there. Danny Houghton again. Back towards the middle. Penalty again. Penalty again.
That's just... They weren't going making great yardages. They just wanted a simple set and to clear their lines. And now they've been given the old helping hand. The one thing you don't want to be doing with Hull is allowing them to play in your own 20-metre area. They've got some huge ball carriers.
Yeah. They've got too much individual talent for Noah, Manu, Minicello with a skip play. On the other side, Tumavavi.
Here's Houghton. Inside for Connor. Taken in by Liam Watts. Just looking down there, I think we had Scott Taylor as a starter. But it's Josh Bowden who's starting in the front row, isn't it? Wearing the 22. There's a flat pass for Westbrook, who had a man-of-the-match performance as a hooker against Salford last week. He's in the back row here today. More familiar territory for him. Now it's with Connor, who goes left.
Oh, big mismatch.
Bullying his way over.
Big mismatch.
Talanoa, and Hull have a second. We thought it was going to be Castleford who might have ripped their opponents apart. But that tail might be coming from the other side here. But we do have to look at this again. The referee on the field thinks it's a try, but he wants a second opinion. So let's hear from our video referee, James Child.
OK, live decision, we've got a try. We're checking obstruction to begin with. OK, Hull in possession. We're all OK up to now. Got this runner coming through. Stops short of the line, that's OK. Run that through. Pass out to the winger. Receives the ball. Now we're just going to look at the grounding just to confirm that. Just got another angle on that. Retains possession. Still in possession. That's a try.
Try confirmed. Second try. What a fast start by Hull. 2 tries in the opening 6 minutes. Well, 10 points to 0.
And the one person I didn't mention was Talanoa in that list of line-breaking, barnstorming, flying individuals. And he had a one-on-one opportunity at the end of this play, and it was a mismatch at this point in the game. He's just gone bang, kept his legs pumping and saying, "You ain't going to stop me." I think it's Greg Minnikin on this right-hand side, and let's watch this. I mean, they created numbers and the running numbers. Jiffy said, don't give them field position, don't give them areas to run at you. Well, just watch this. Talanoa, one-on-1, one-on-2. Jake Webster can't even get there and add his considerable weight.
You have to keep him away from your try line. They're such a big side and a big, powerful side.
So here's Connor with his second conversion attempt. I think he's got that as well. He has got that as well. Wow, what a kick from him. 12 points to 0. The Cass players were just standing in their in-goal area. And I think the conversation might have been, what do we do now? I don't think they've been in this position before this season.
But they've had one opportunity to create, right? And if they don't get the interception, I think they score. So they've just got to keep possession, keep their discipline. And now it's a real test for the high flyers of this year's Super League.
Well, don't get spooked, because that's the danger. They just might get spooked.
Plenty of time.
Only 3 defeats so far this year for Castleford, but one of those was Hull. They've won their last 8 matches, but their last defeat before that was against Hull in April.
Realistically, Dave, you look at it, you only need 2 defeats in a season and you don't win anything.
Be a heck of a season, that wouldn't it?
Move! Get square!
Can you imagine that?
I'm going to Jiffy School of Positivity.
I'm a Bradford Bulls. I think you were the coach, went the entire season unbeaten, and then you lost your last 2. Oh, here's Bowden, threatening to make a break. London Broncos was 1 team, I seem to remember. Anyway, enough of the minor. Hatton out of dummy half. It's Kelly now on that right-hand side. Castleford are being forced onto the back foot again here.
A little bit of wind in their sails, haven't they, Hull, at the moment? They're all determined, they're all carrying the ball well. Let's see how Connor kicks the ball.
Great kick.
It's high. It's high. Minikin. Oh, he just gets it at the second attempt. And he's just about able to hold his position in the field of play.
He needed to catch that as well because he was run over the try.
Almost pushed back again into the in-goal area. How good a Hull looking here in these early stages. With ball in hand, all without. Listen to the crowd. Webster. Lynch. Go on, big fella, you have a go, I think. His teammates would have said, get us out of this trouble.
Great defensive effort. Look, they're kicking from inside the 20.
Oh, it's a fair kick, though. If he finds the sideline here, it's a great play for Castleford. Because they're under the pump.
Wasn't far off a 40-20, that, was it?
Well, I just think they needed to find a sideline. I think the wind clearly in the Hull sails, everybody high-fiving each other, smashing into the line defensively as well as with the ball. They only made about 18 metres in the full 5 players. And Luke Gale's found some field position where they can walk to the scrum and they can find them trying to establish themselves a little bit of decent field position with what they do in defence.
Old Faithful rings around the stadium.
If you look at it also, it's a great start by Hull, but it's 2 mistakes. One's an intercept and one's a missed tackle. So there's nothing in this game, but you're looking at 12 points down. So just keep your shape.
Okay, lads.
You know you're going to create the opportunities. You've done it all season. And Hull knew they had to start, you know, hard and fast. Get the crowd behind them, which they have done.
First.
By the big fella who's had it stolen. Fanoa carrying it forward.
Hand in.
And Milner guilty of the steal. So the set for Hull will start 10 metres inside their opponent's half.
Yeah, they cleared very well after being under the pump, but now they've given a penalty away and they're under the pump again.
First. Move! Go
Danny Houghton gathers at the feet of Manu and sets Liam Watts charging forward.
He's played so well this year, I think, Liam Watts.
He's started well again, hasn't he?
Hold!
Quick feet.
Goal 2.
Houghton. Here's Kelly. Washbrook.
3. Move, Jesse!
One of the longest serving players here at Hull, Danny Washbrook.
Goal 3.
Really served them well down the years as well. Kelly across the line again. A couple of dummies and then puts the ball back, and Connor looks to shape his body.
4.
It is
Move!
held up.
Stand straight.
3 strides away to Mavavi. Inside for Minicello. Minicello's got a bit of footwork, but it can't add Fox. That Castleford defence on that occasion. 1 tackle to go. Houghton, the prop to Kelly. Kelly! Oh, he's just lost it in the air, but they keep it alive. The referee says, steady on, it was a knock-on.
Well, they blew that opportunity. Kelly made the call to go for it.
Best off the Casman. Best off the Casman.
I'd like to watch this again on a wide angle. He created the numbers and Kelly went for it. This is Kelly. He thinks he can get their desperate opportunity.
Back up, fellas.
Well, one of the features of Castleford this year have been not giving in near their line, doing tremendous things on their own goal line as well as at the other end.
Stand!
And they've scrambled well enough there to dislodge the ball from Kelly's hand.
Albert Kelly's had a great start. You can see him organising everything, getting the forwards, taking it over the game line, and then he's just organising everyone.
Goal 2.
Well, he's such a danger as well, isn't he? You can't leave him alone because he'll do that. He'll
3.
take the line on because he's got
Move,
good speed and
back.
strength.
Goal 3.
Here comes Lynch. Well met.
4.
And Sikamani. Remember, the semi-final draw follows this game.
4.
And there's a red button for him as well from 5 o'clock.
5. Move.
And the usual hashtag
Go.
for social
Danny,
media,
not square.
hashtag BBCRL. Gale with the kick. It's caught safely enough by Fatuli Talanoa. Can run it back.
First. Move.
The
Back up.
Tongan
Go
international.
on, okay.
15 from his own line, and already Hull looking to inflict a little more pain
Hold.
on these Castleford defenders, who will want to squeeze here, resist the go forward.
Still
Good yards.
Kept alive.
3. Move.
Castleford having to
Back
work
up.
hard.
Go 3. Go back.
To Mavavi. It's running into a posse of them.
Move. Left side, wait.
Houghton
Go 4.
still got a couple of tackles left in the set, and they're already just about 40 metres away. Washbrook runs into a bit of trouble. 3 defenders.
Good set again by Hull.
5.
Great
Go.
yardage.
So here's the last play for Kelly to put the kick in, who has kicked it straight into the hands of Greg Eden, who switches it inside for Hardacre, who pushes strongly away 3 defenders, but he can't get rid of them all in the end. Too many numbers. He's complaining. Hull fans like that.
I think he felt there's a pair of knees in his back there by Liam Watts.
Some trouble to get out of here, Castleford.
Move.
Trailing as they do by 12 points to 0. 15 minutes of the game play.
One thing for sure, Dave, is they'll hold their nerve. They've shown this year at times when they've been behind that they'll ruck their way out. They'll bring this fella off the bench, Millington, who adds a little bit of go forward, and they will have their say in this game for sure.
There's a kick by Ben Roberts, which is asking a question or two of Shaw, but he goes up safely. And the tackle just about timed well enough by Webster.
I thought he was in the air, the Hull fans, but perfectly timed. Just a little bit too far, that kick, just a little bit.
Go.
Caught it, then was hit.
3. Move.
Taken on by Shaw. One-handed pickup by Carlos Tumavavi.
4. Move.
Still a couple of tackles to go.
If you're going to put the big kicks up, you've got to put them in the far right-hand corner where the sun's going to be in his eyes, not in the shaded part.
Move. Go.
Houghton
Outside.
going for touch, finding touch. Wonderful raking kick by the old rake himself.
Well, if you're Coach Radford, if you're Lee Radford and you're asking Hull for a start in the game, you wouldn't want more than this, because they look energetic in defence, they look dangerous carrying the ball out of dummy half with their big people, and Casa having to use all their wherewithal to stay within the tussle, but they are, and they will hold their nerve. I can only reinforce to our viewers that they will have a say in this game.
Yeah, but exactly, territory 61% Hull, possession 70%. So if you're completing your sets, you're putting a good kicking game, you're starving, Castleford of those attacking opportunities. Brilliant start for Hull.
Roberts switching it out to Hardacre.
First. Move.
Smothered again.
Go,
Hull working very hard. Forward by Minikin.
2.
And that's what Castleford have to do, Dave. They have to take a little juice out of this Hull tank, because they've got a lot of high octane burners. What I mean by that, they put a lot of energy and the tank's empty quickly, so they will get an opportunity.
Yeah, big lads.
Here's Millington.
But you've got to move them about a little bit, and they haven't really had an opportunity at
Go
Castleford.
forward.
They'll be patient, here they go.
Millington's involved again with a little bit of a step. Thinking about the offload, and Gale was hoping for it, but it went the wrong way. Back to Roberts. Roberts will put the kick high in the air, and there's a bit of a test here, but again superbly taken by Michaels on that far side.
It's a lovely kick, you've got to try and get up for it. You've got to try and compete for it, get your hand in the way, get your hand in the eye line of the ball for the full back, anything. He's going to catch them all day.
Some rugged running, isn't there?
Move.
Outside backs,
Hold, Cass.
middle-ish forwards, whatever, they cause a problem, and
Foot in the ruck.
in trying to deal with it, they've given the penalty away.
I think that's number 3, isn't it, Jiffy?
Yeah. And as Brian said, when you're taking the ball out from your own 20-metre, the big boys, they're going to get tired, but now they have a chance to take a breath, and then they're on the attack again.
So here we go, Scott Taylor on the field. Extra energy, extra muscle, extra dimension. Bowden going left. Connor offers it inside. Minicello. So dangerous. But dealt with. Hampton sniffing around at dummy half again and letting the big fellas have a go, but Bowden is going to be held on his back, is he? And he's going to be dragged back. Someone was pointing out to me, I can't remember who it was, it might have been John Keir, that Castleford do that when the player is on the line. They kind of drag him back into the in-goal area, confident that they're going to hold him up and force the team to the opposition team to play the ball 10 yards out of him.
Yeah, a number of teams employ that tactic. You've got to come 10 yards out to play the ball then.
Here's Kelly. Oh, it's knocked on by Jamie Shaw. Kelly's asking for another set of 6, I'm not sure how or why.
Well, he thought there's a knock on there with the other player. Let's have a look.
Yeah, he thinks Senton's got a hand on that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to have a look.
Lads, you're going to have to learn to accept the decisions in the game. Yeah,
You can't see anything from there, can you?
Well, I can see why the whole players were thinking he might have done, but the referee just turned around and said, no, he missed it. Let's get on with the game.
A little bit. Hey, Danny. Hey, yeah, maybe.
Somebody respectfully saying, hey, Danny, do me a favour and shut up.
First. Move! Go! Yes, you're back, Mark.
So Castleford looking to bring it away. Here comes Jake Webster.
2!
Fresh from a week off.
Hold! Go! 2.
And now Millington. He's got the hands. Oh, he's lost it. He was trying to offload, and he's lost it. And Minicello is there for Hull to bring it forward. And Castleford are right back under pressure again here.
Go!
Hull are turning this screw tighter and tighter in these opening 20 minutes.
Move! Go! 1.
Houghton inside for Manu, who steps and just bats away the man who came at him.
Go! 2.
Now they switch right. Washbrook very close here. They've got to be careful, but they are there in numbers and holding up again.
Relax.
Well, you don't give a dog a bone, and Millington did there as well. There's that element of nerves or anxiety. They've played this way all season, but there is a risk with that. You've got to be able to defend your own line if you want to play in that part of the field. And all this season, to be fair to Cass, they have defended their line when that has happened.
Oh, Mike, come on. Go 4.
Bowden goes down. It's switched left to Connor. Connor to Minicello. Oh, he's lost it, and Cass had it back. It's the free play.
That's a great hit, Ryan. Minicello goes out there. I think it's Jake Webster who hit him, caught him flush. That's a great hit. That's what you say now. Look, as a Cass player, we've been on the ropes. Momentum will change. Just hang on in there, and then we'll have a chance to attack again.
Okay, here, lads. This side of it. Come on, fellas.
It's a little bit of a break. The referee.
When you look at it again, Dave, possession is 71%, 65% territory, all in Hull's favour. So whether they have been having ball all the time, attacking people, stretching them, it hasn't happened today. Total control by Hull.
Move back up.
And the stress levels rise when it's where you get the possession as well, because of the penalty count 3 and not having to rock the ball out as much. Hull, they're pretty fresh when they're attacking Castleford's line.
3.
This is Millington.
Move. Go. 5
away from the halfway line. Taken forward again by Nathan Massey.
4.
Couple of tackles to go in this set here for Castleford.
Go 4.
McShane. Millington. Here's Gale. Defenders coming quickly, but it's popped away. And for once this season, Michael Shenton's hands let him down.
Well, they're blitzing, aren't they? They're blitzing at big speed as well. Albert Kelly flew in there.
Well, he had to.
Yeah, he had to.
I think he created the numbers, and Shenton tries to skip and catch and pass at the same time, because I think he'd done Michaels had he been able to keep hold of that ball to put Eden away.
Well, we can see a good Cass, they'll have to adjust their depth in attack. If they realise that they're flying out, like there's the intercept, there's Albert Kelly, blasting out of the line, then you've got to judge your depth from the previous ball carrier. And if they commit, then you've got a simple give and take.
Well, players are not just taking water, they're pouring it all over their heads. It's such a hot day. Daryl Powell looking on, a little concerned at this stage.
They've settled. I think he would have been really worried at 12 quick points, but now they've settled a bit.
Kelly gets over and it's 18,
Yeah.
then it becomes a little bit more stressful, doesn't it? But
Let's go.
Cass get a score now, and they're back on track for me.
Semi-final draw after the game, remember. And the red button forum at 5 o'clock. And another reminder of that hashtag BBC
Heads in, lads. Second rows, Luke. Get your arm over. Out.
So Hull start with ball in hand again.
Goal
5
1.
metres inside their own half just at the moment, but with plenty of ambition.
2.
And every reason to be confident about that ambition, the way they played so far. Hatton goes right. Forward by Taylor. He's lost it. Ball goes to ground. Castle will pick it up now it's Hardacre. Pushing away defenders, creating a little bit of a gap for himself. Hatton was there, making sure he's not going any further forward. But Gale to Roberts. And back it comes to this right-hand side, and McMeekan.
Well, this is their only second time in Hull's half in 22, 23 minutes.
Plenty of tackles.
Millington again.
2.
Well, they have an opportunity here. Lyle Patrick, whose first appearance of the season this is today. But now it's with Gale and the dummy. The defence came out quick, and it's gone out of play. But that was a flash of real brilliance from Gale there, who saw the defender coming up quickly. Just held it, made the pass, but it didn't quite connect in the end.
I can't see whether he drops it or... But I think he catches the ball. Got it, and drops it.
I tell you what, that's a brilliant take from behind him, Eden. Look at that take, and he just drops it from the left. But look at the cover. You got the covering half back there, and you've got the full back. That's how dangerous they are, though.
One missing. All right. Heads in.
Sometimes they don't stick.
So Hull still with that healthy lead.
Goal 1.
And here's Connor, and Minicello gathers it in, and defenders quickly up into his face, and making life as uncomfortable as possible. To Mavavi. Roberts.
Good run.
Puts him down. Connor. Here's Thompson, Jordan Thompson, a former Cass lad. There's a lot of symbiosis in these two, isn't there? Players who were born in one place and played for the other. Back in the days of Roger Neilwood and Nick Norton, and Lee Crooks, of course, who's here today.
And that's symbiosis, isn't it?
I think that's the word. There's a kick. Hatton, when it puts it high, it's taken easily by Zach Hardacre.
Outside Taylor.
Webster.
2. Move. Goal.
Now Roberts.
He's a dangerous player.
Just balancing glide that he has. He just can. People that accelerate. It's effortless.
It's going to be a penalty here, and that will be a big lift for Castleford. Fine touch.
Pull down on the ball.
They will near certainly be starting their next set inside their opponent's half.
Yeah, I think that's handy for Cass. It's going to be another incursion into Hull's territory. Not quite got anywhere near the line yet. We saw that glimpse from Gale when they create opportunity down their left side, and they'll work for that opportunity again, I'm sure.
So 5 tackles to have a go here. Massey will just take it in. No secrets about what he's going to do, just hard and determined.
Thankless job down there, taking it in.
Millington. Offered back to McMeekan here, the England international, of course, against Samoa just a couple of months ago. It's with Millington again, who's ranging closer, 10 metres out from that whole line. McShane. Massey. Spinning hard, but going down. 5 gone. Here comes the last play. What will Castleford do from here? McShane picks it up. Oh, there's indecision there. Indecision, but it's another set because it got a whole hand. So another set of 6 here.
Roberts with a step.
Roberts holds it off, and Ben Roberts has chiselled a path through that mountain of Hull defenders, and he's over to score.
How often do you see a bouncing ball, the referee calls back to 1, and the Hull defence just switch off. There is no communication at all whatsoever. That's the only thing you can hear. There's a referee going back to one, back to one. He picks his spot, and we are directly behind Robert, and we can see that gap from here. He was just strolling through it.
Well, we had a precursor, so Hull must get a hand on this one, McShane, so he calls it back to 6. I don't know who's aware, but I'm thinking danger, danger, danger. We just saw what he can do, and he's off. He picks his hole, and he's too quick to leave alone that near to the line.
And I see a man who gets a hand to it. He jogs, he switches off, he's looking at the referee, look, he's walking, and all of a sudden, he reacts too slowly. The gap is too big. That's a simple finish. Casa back.
Time off. Cheers, James.
Well, their fans are beginning to believe now. There's Luke Gale to complete what should be a fairly simple job here, a conversion right in front of the sticks. Just a look, a step, and a stroke of the ball, which brings 2 points with it, and it's 12 points to 6.
Well, it's the first time they've been down there.
Really dangerous time for these defenders, the Hull FC lads. Castleford are brilliant masters of making sure that they put the needle in and really just put all that pressure back on these defenders. The wheel has turned back in Castleford's way, and they're the masters of putting that pressure on.
Walk in the park for Robbie.
Side, boys.
11 minutes of the half remaining. 12 points to 6. And it's out on the full, and it'll be a penalty for Castleford back on the halfway line. The wheel is turning, Robbie said. It's turned a little more.
We saw that yesterday, and I just think, you know, the air is thinner, conditions hotter, ball travels further, and they've just whacked it over out to play, you know.
Well, I'll pick up on what Robbie says as well, Woodsy, is that don't give the dog a bone. You give this team ones that scored one and a little bit more field position now, and have to bend you back.
This is a big set for Hull, this is. Big set. The first time they've been under the cosh with a repeat, kind of a repeat set.
Alex Foster, the young forward. Well, 23, not that young, but youngish. And now taken in by Patrick. So the two interchange players setting a platform here. We heard a Castleford work from this position. It's back with Roberts, who puts it into the hands of Hardacre. Submerged by two in black and white.
He numbered off well then, Hull.
Minikin. Roberts again. Here's Millington. You can see his intentions, trying to keep that ball alive, but defenders aware of that and pinning it to his chest. And now it comes to Gale. And they're looking back towards the middle. Sonny LaFeo somehow keeps it moving.
Danger.
It's back with Roberts. We have seen the potency of his step, but Hull had him checked that time. Webster to Gale. Gale with a wonderful corkscrew kick, and Zach Hardacre will touch it down. The craft and precision of that kick from Gale cannot be overstated. Great try.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant skill. To run, go against the grain, and dribble a kick back the other way, which Hardacre clearly knows he's going to do. It's skill of the highest order.
And great communication between this guy and Zach Hardacre, because if you just watch him, he comes from the other side of the ruck, I believe. He runs against the grain, and what happens? People switch off on the inside. Just watch. That's a lovely grubber kick. Because they're going away from the defenders, they switch off on the inside. Brilliant kick. Great communication. Brilliant football, that is.
Straight across to congratulate the man who put that on a plate for him. Blink of an eye, could be all square again.
Robbie called it. You've got to be real careful with this team. The fact that they kick the ball out on the full will infuriate the whole team to give Castleford that easier opportunity because of the field position.
Take me to the heads and the bodies of the whole players at the moment. You know, that big start, that big energy they put in. How much are they feeling that at the moment? How deflated are they psychologically, and how beaten are they physically at the
as a
moment.
coach's call, I don't know, but as a player, you're going to regroup and say, right, we just settle it down, we keep our discipline, and we complete our sets. We don't give Cass as much possession as they've had over the last 10 minutes.
We'll watch the kick, but
Over it goes. Successful. 12 points apiece.
it's not so much what Cass have done, it's what Hull have done to themselves.
Yeah.
You know, the penalty and the error, and then the ball out on the full. They've invited Castleford into that part of the field because they were controlling the game. They were playing a high energy game themselves, and now those the demons. Somebody mentioned the demons yesterday. I think it was Sam Tompkins maybe in his post-match interview, and yeah, of course the demons come in, but they've just got to get back to their process that they started well with Hull.
Well, 32 minutes of all of this, and we're back where we started from. Level. 12 points apiece.
First move.
Sonny Lefeu. First man to take it in. Here comes
Move, Brad.
Alec Foster. There you can see that territory in possession is a lot more even than it was, just as the scoreline is. McMeekan.
Move.
McShane going left and taken in by Lon Patrick again. Extra wrestle on the ground. 40 yards out the kick from Gale, but it's well marshalled by Jamie Shaw. No further than the 20-metre mark, where he's met well by those advancing Castleford defenders.
And Patrick's had a bit of buff even up front.
I think they've got to try and get Jamie Shaw into the game. He's such a dangerous runner.
Hold. Goal 2.
Hull's go forward,
Goal 3.
resisted at the moment. Castleford's tenacity in defence, but here's a man who can put that right. Liam Watts looking for a big carry, and he's got them up to the halfway line. You want to get up and play it as quickly as he can. Houghton goes left, and now there's an opportunity for Hull to just check out their opponents in their own half here.
Hold cast, goal 5.
It's with Connor. It should be with Minikin, but all he gets is fingertips to the ball, and he bounces out of play underneath the sticks. They'll have to take the drop out.
That's a very good set by Hull. You know, composed, finished the set, did a good kick in, and put pressure on one of the wingers, and that's exactly what they've done. Now they have a repeat set.
Well, I think they've been watching some tapes, the coaching staff at Hull, and they decided to put a bit of snow on the ball, and they're going to put it on Greg Minikin's head to this afternoon. So I think he's a couple of times we've seen the ball go into that corner, particularly to Castleford's defensive right side.
We've not got a ball. Well, we've got a ball now.
Onside.
Slows things down a little. Everybody can catch their breath before Zach Hardacre can put that drop kick as far downfield as he can possibly boot it, but springing up his Connor and hand it on to Brad Fash, who brings it back.
Move. Goal 1.
Houghton right to Watts.
Move.
Watts back on his knees quickly, but in trying to keep that
penalty.
momentum going, they have got a penalty.
Good
Danny
call.
Houghton had knocked it on, but it was after a penalty.
And just for our viewers, he'd won the right to play the ball quickly there, and he got his ankle tugged.
Would you have gone for goal here? No, me. I think you got a great chance putting the ball into the 20-metre area, and with your ball carriers,
Nose through.
difficult to stop.
It affects him. He's got to go round the man. He has to go round the man.
They say the Watts carry clearly wins the right to play the ball quickly, and
Yeah, he did, but because somebody
just trying to see who's grabbing onto his legs there.
Alex
Foster was it? Yeah, it was, and clear penalty for me. Just for our viewers at home, they're not too clear on the rules. If your offensive player gets through, finds his front and looks like he can stand up and beat the defenders, he's got to be allowed to do that.
This was a decision. It seemed to be a decision of the captain, Danny Houghton, to kick for goal. He just kind of sidled up to the referee, put an arm around him and whispered in his ear, "We're going for goal." There's no discussion on the field. Connor.
I get it a little bit. You know, they've been under. Castle scored 2 tries on the bounce. They've been going to the grain. They've been going against the grain. They have a decent set. They get a result from a goal line dropout. They go in the half. Hopefully they'll go into the half with a 2-point, maybe more lead, unless Cass respond in the next 4 minutes. And they get to talk about the little things and to put right in the second half.
Time off.
Oh, it's been a great, first half. Hull started on fire, 12 points. Now Castleford come back. That's what cup games are all about.
So Hull in possession, but deep inside their own half, and again needing a lot of hard work. Oh, that's a lovely pick-up by Danny Houghton. Marcus not square, he took advantage, and off he dashed, and stole an extra 12 yards or so. Talanoa now. Who's going to stop him? Well, it'll take a couple of them.
That's the highest swing I've seen for a long time.
Slow him down and then bring him down. Here's Thompson, lost it. Castleford have it back. Free play, I think. Anyway, here's Shenton. It's a zero tackle. It was the free play, so they start the set from here. Hull back under a little bit of pressure. Jesse Senni-Lefebvre taking it in. Now McShane.
Straight off.
Right-hand side, and Kevin Leroy, the Frenchman, will play it now. Oh, that was a simple drop. Simple drop from Luke Gale. I'm not sure what was going on there.
He was having a look at what was on, takes his eye off the ball, but I didn't notice Cass, they always go for the sticks, don't they? Always they go midfield, then they look at the options to go either side, where they sometimes defenders, they're short on defence on one of the sides, always at the midfield, 2 tackles to get there, and then they assess the situation.
That's fair enough. I didn't hear that bit. Don't give yourself away. Heads in, come on,
Just a reminder that there's plenty after this game is finished. The semi-final draw follows this match, and the red button forum is on at 5 o'clock, and hashtag BBCRL.
2. Move. Hold. Goal 2.
Hull back inside. Owen Minicello has dropped it, and he'll claim that there was an arm in there that helped it out, but referee's not listening.
Good hit, I thought.
Yeah, if it's deliberate, that's different, but I didn't think it was.
Yeah.
You've got to take the live decision.
Dropped it cold.
Yeah, sorry. The 20s aren't very well marked, so that's it. Thanks.
2 minutes of a fascinating half still to play. Really good quality stuff.
Good, yeah. In relation to the last couple of minutes, Hull did their job by kicking the sticks, and then they've gone against what their coach would have liked. Just complete a couple of sets and get some field position established. They're giving Cass a chance here just before the half. Senni-Lefebvre again, not going down with ball in hand, keeps it alive, and Gale takes it on a stride or two, and Castleford already in their stride now as they venture closer to that Hull line. Leroy up. Now it comes to Foster, energetically taking it in again. McShane going right. Roberts, Webster. And again a strongish carry from him. McShane, look how close they are, 10 metres away, not that much more. Millington, the pass is poor. Hardacre has to be careful in picking it up. Not much on for him. But then passes away to Roberts, and Roberts can make things happen. Webster drops the ball backwards, and in turn Talanoa drops on that ball, and Hull with the pressure get it back. Yeah, just not quite executing as clinically as they would like there, Castleford, and a few walking bodies around for both teams at the moment. That's the juice war.
Definitely.
Move. Back up.
Straight from acting half back now. Play the clock down.
It's okay. Markers are in.
God, he does that well there, doesn't he? That's the 4th time he's done that.
Move!
He's a handful, is probably what I'm saying.
Goal 3.
So into the last 12 seconds of this half.
Surrender!
I think we'll have time for one more play here.
4. Goal. Grant, not square.
It's going to be Kelly who puts it high, and Hardacre has a look at what's coming his way. It's Kelly that's coming his way. Hardacre gets up and catches it. And will take the tackle 20 from his own line, and that will end the half. Slight advantage, Hull 14-12.
Yeah, and I think on the run of play, I think Hull just deserved to be in front. They dominated the first 20-25 minutes, scored 2 good tries, and just deserved maybe in that performance to be 2 points in front.
So let's hear from those who've taken part. And first, Danny Houghton of Hull is with Damien Johnson.
Yeah, Danny Houghton's down here blowing hard. It's been a hard first half. What's your verdict on it?
That was a bit tailored to halves, I think. We started really well for the first 20 and lost a bit of possession early on in that spell, and Cas found a way back, which we expected, but we responded really well, so happy.
Thanks, Danny. Michael Shenton, the Cas skipper's with us as well. What do you have to do in the second half to get ahead?
We'll start a lot better than we did in that half. That was an atrocious start from us, but thought we ground our way back in it. A few soft errors, tough conditions, the ball's really greasy, so tidy up our game and keep completing sets and put under pressure.
Thanks, Mike.
Opportunity, and so don't scramble your brains. The coaches have had their points now, and onwards and upwards for both teams.
Wait a second, mate. Okay.
Mr. Bentham just
ready.
Making sure all's right with the world before that first shrill blast of the whistle, and here we go. Settle back. Should be a really good next 40 minutes here. We've already seen some tries of quality, haven't we, from both sides. Out of dummy half, it's thrown into the hands of Seni Lefeu, who has that first skipping run forward of this second period. McShane taking it forward again. Leroy moving it up to that 40-metre mark. And now they go a little bit right. McMeekan is out there. Big bend of that big back for him to hit the halfway line. Now it comes back with Foster. And that's a good carry, but they're up to the 5th now. So on the 6th, Castleford looking for a good finish. Roberts puts it high. Hardacre's tracking it. I think it's too close to the fullback shawl. It is. And Hull can bring in their move forward here.
Good set, good shape, looked a whole lot better than a nothing kick for me.
Hold.
Kelly's in there at dummy half. 4 times Challenge Cup winners of both these clubs. Hull, of course, the holders, having won it last year at Wembley. 1986, the last time Castleford won this great prize. The oldest rugby league competition in the world. Washbrook. Kelly wants another set of 6 because he felt there was a Castleford hand there. He wants to play on, that's what he wants to do. Minicello struggling through, and it's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a penalty.
Interesting now then, will they take the points here?
Comes out with the head.
I don't think they will.
No. I still think, as the boys said in studio, those big ball carriers, they're causing problems, and when they're in the 20-metre area of Cas, got a great opportunity coming away with 4 or 6 points. So not sure what to call, and then pops it over, 4 points clear.
Looking to edge their way to victory here. 2 by 2. The early birds going in 2 by 2. Mark Sneed's not been missed in this department today, because Jake Connor has been a 100%er. Short run up, big kick, big end result. 4 out of 4. 16 points to 12. Hull FC lead Castleford.
Yeah, on the back of the contrast that the boys painted, the picture that they painted at half-time, cast a little bit of structure, moved the ball around, and then we saw, as Jiffy said in commentary, Fanua's carrying the ball so well, followed by Tumavari, and all the ball carriers are rocking up as individuals, and then a smack around the face by a Cas player, and it's the penalty.
Baker's restart, and Hull with the Castleford fans behind their backs at the start of the second half. Looking to bring it out again.
Go on. Watch the regrip, Jake. Come on.
Castleford desperate to keep them down here for as long as possible. 2 tackles gone already, but they're moving up towards the 20-metre mark. Hatton goes out of dummy half. Thompson now at the gallop, coming on and taking them on. Several of the opposite number are ex-teammates of his. This is Kelly. Houghton eventually picks up from the feet of Kelly here. Goes left again. Watts pumps it further left. Connor goes with a pass. Timavarvi can't get past Webster. All over it. All over it.
Good read and good tackle from Webster, because when you back yourself to stop the play as he did, you've got to come up with a tackle. He normally did that. He thumped him into the ground.
So Hardacre picks up here and immediately gives it to Greg Eden, the try-scoring machine, who says, I can't find a way forward. So what about you, Greg Minikin? And Minikin is put down.
I do like the way they work together, the back three. You know, and that's what they should be doing, as an unit together, trying to get as many yards as they can to give the forwards a helping hand.
News of the two dressing rooms at half-time comes from Damien Johnson.
Yes, had a word with the coaching staff from the two sides. Castleford's coach Daryl Powell has said his team have to cut out the errors. It's a greasy ball, we need to get hold of it. And he sends his players out with a message, let's get the job done. Lee Radford from Hull FC says that discipline is the key. We've got to get some field position and take the points when we can, which we've just seen with that early penalty.
There's a robust challenge that has hurt Millington, and Castleford fancy they've got something down the middle, but Gale is closed down. It's helped on by McShane. Here comes Roberts with a left-footed kick high in the air. He's the one who's chasing it too, but again, Shaw is comfortable underneath that, but can get no further than 10 from his own line.
Yeah, but again, there's a nothing kick there.
Well, he's lost the ball, has he?
Back on, I think.
I call the tackle. I've called the tackle.
What's the referee deciding here?
Tackle, then the ball's come out. Castleford ball.
Yeah, he's lost it. He's lost it. Head and feet for Castleford. And a little moment that could mean an awful lot to the game.
David Johnson was telling us about the errors, and Lee Radford saying don't make them. Well, there's a blooper. Let's have a look. Hold of his arm, he's hold of his arm. He lost it. He's got lost it. He's irresponsible to keep hold of that.
Yeah, I couldn't play on.
So the Castleford fans finding their voice. The whole fans likewise. Because this is a mighty important set of six that's coming up now.
Wait for the call. Out!
Here it comes. Hull's defence just about hanging on for the time being. McShane in at dummy half. Barged forward by Leroy. McShane again. The big chant from the Cass fans behind the sticks. Here's Gale. Hardacre joins in. Shenton works it back towards the middle. Being tracked by Watts, but he gets a pass away. Roberts with a big left foot step that left Liam Watts grasping at thin air. Castleford are back level with a kick that could give them the lead for the very first time in the game.
He is so dangerous, isn't he?
Every time he gets the ball.
Oh, he's just so quick. Lovely feet. He runs at the big men. The acceleration from a standing start. 2 tries out of nothing really, but they defended very well, Hull, from the start. They're watching Zach Hardacre. They number off very well. And then they'd stop pushing up. They stop pushing up slowly. There he is. 3 players go across, and once you get space like that, that's a brilliant finish again.
Well, Shenton's looking for the one person that doesn't work hard enough on the inside or work across and keep his hips square and his body square. And Ben Roberts gets it against the grain. Minichella's going one way, Watts has gone the other way, and he's been too good today.